What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil, discussing brand new Resident Evil 4 Remake info again. We are drawing closer and closer to the date of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and this is the last couple week stretch where a lot of gameplay comes out and stuff like that. Now, this is official B-roll from Capcom that a lot of content creators and big outlets like IGN, Game Informer are covering. So I didn't get the footage myself. I will be watching a video from IGN covering it and talking about it because that's the only way I can really see it. They only sent it to top dog users and top tier magazines, I guess. So it's one of those things where I want to say spoiler warning because even though this is officially put out by Capcom, they are showing things deep within the game. So I want to let that be known now. I know there's people that have played Resident Evil 4 before, and I know there's people that have seen the game before, but there's also people that haven't played Resident Evil 4 yet. Maybe they're waiting to play it for the first time. So I just want to put this stuff in the front of the video and let you know that this is official. This isn't leaked. Leaked! Oh my god! No, this is officially put out. They just gave it to specific outlets to cover and discuss. And within the gameplay is more footage, new stuff we haven't seen, cutscenes, and we'll be able to pick apart what we didn't get in the other coverage from Game Informer earlier in the month. So hopefully we get a demo soon. Hopefully we get our hands on it. I'm feeling the same kind of way in terms of like I just want to play it already. But let's go into this and see what we can find. I'll play it through. I'll react to it. And then I'll go back and take a look at everything that is happening. Because a lot of times they quick cut and they usually cut between the B-roll. So I don't have a straight B-roll thing to look at, so I will just be reacting to this video here. So let's get right into it. The first shot is already Salazar's hand on the railing here, so I'm assuming this is when he's talking to Leon. So already they're showing us within the castle, which, of course, is what I was most looking forward to seeing in Resident Evil 4 Remake, so I'm excited to see more of Salazar. Obviously, would I like them to kind of hold back on some of the cutscenes at this point? Yeah, but, you know, here we are. We're already in the thick of it, so we might as well check it out, because we already saw Trailer 3, which showed enough of, like, you know, pretty much everything, in my opinion, to where I think it can hold fans over until it comes out. But let's do this here.
A most warm welcome to my castle.
Oh.
Mr. Kennedy.
Damn.
Resident Evil 4 Remake
That's
is just
awesome.
a few weeks away.
Ooh, look at that.
Capcom offered IGN
The parry
one more
into
look
the
at
bow.
this highly anticipated survival horror game ahead of the launch with plenty of enticing new details.
Sliced him with the
to pour
scythe.
over. We saw nearly 20 minutes of new Resident Evil 4
nice. We got
Remake
the
footage
merchant.
and noticed some of the most exciting details.
All right, this is by Matt Kim.
Just getting started, rookie.
Oh.
In an interview with IGN,
that's how the fight
development
starts.
team figured out what new gameplay mechanics to add to Resident Evil 4
Parrying,
Remake.
okay.
Director Yasuhiro Ampo said this: "When looking into making the remake, the team didn't want to disturb the main mechanics of the original
Yeah,
game.
they wanted to keep
However,
the integrity.
When looking into the game, they
Wow.
looked into what they
Look at
could
the
add on
parasite
top of
jumps
what
at
was
Leon
already there,
behind the
what was
screen.
already
That's
good, and making
wild.
everything even better." To highlight this philosophy, Ampo specifically cited the knife combat, which is enhanced from the
Oof.
original. Whereas
Right
in
in
the
the
original
neck.
Resident Evil 4,
Man, look at the
Leon uses
castle,
knife as a
man.
last resort. In the remake, Leon is
Damn,
able
the
to parry
parry is so
attacks, making
smooth.
the knife not only a viable weapon, but a necessary one,
That is
especially
so
if you're
dope.
running low on health.
That's right when you run up the stairs, too.
Parrying enemy attacks transforms the knife from a last-ditch tool and glorified wooden crate opener into a defensive tool where you're able to keep yourself
There you
alive
go.
just a little bit longer, so long
Love
as you have
that.
the dexterity to block incoming attacks.
Look at the parasites, man.
Similar to the parrying
Block the
skill,
parasites,
you can
too.
also
It's
use
so
knives as
dope.
finishing attacks when enemies are on the ground. In one particularly striking scene from the footage we
Dude, the
previewed,
castle
Leon was
looks
able to approach an enemy
insane.
on the ground and slit their throat.
There you go.
It's
Stab
a
them before they
particularly
turn.
brutal sequence, but one that points to how Resident Evil 4 Remake will maintain an equal balance of horror and action.
It looks so
In
good,
previous
man.
interviews, the Resident
The
Evil 4
melee.
Remake team said that the game will be somewhat bigger than the original. While that certainly won't make Resident Evil 4 into an open world game, there appear to be some optional side quests Leon can complete through the mysterious blue parchment.
There we go.
In one scene, Leon picks up a blue piece of paper asking him to bring them
Egg
a
hunt.
rare gold chicken
Gold
egg.
chicken egg.
Completing this side mission rewards Leon 3 spindles that he can later sell to a merchant for some cash.
There you go.
Welcome.
As
In
we knew,
Resident
there was
Evil 4,
multiple side
Leon's
missions.
best friend is an attaché case that houses all of his gear. Not only is the case
And we got the
back in
typewriter
remake,
storage.
Players will be able to customize the attaché case with different color options, and can even add little charms to personalize the case. In the preview video we watched, Leon is able to add a little chicken charm to the corner of his case.
Okay, so that we've seen in the other little clips there. Look at all the resources
Your
in there.
mission in Resident Evil 4 is to rescue Ashley Graham, the daughter of the President of the United States. Spoiler alert, you find Ashley partway through the game, but that doesn't mean your mission is over just yet. Ashley will begin following Leon around, and it's up to the player to keep Ashley safe from enemies while trying to escape this hostile village. Ashley has some new abilities this time around, like being able to unlock doors for Leon. He is also able to direct Ashley to either stay
like
close
co-op
behind him or
aspect.
hang back a bit while he takes care of some enemies.
Okay, so some of these we already kind of knew.
She also sports a new look in the remake, something Capcom's producer says was meant to remedy something from the original game. He said, "So looking into the environment that she is in, and looking into the season that the game is taking place in, it was taking place in a very cold area in Europe, and in that way, she was a bit underdressed for the weather, so to speak. So the team decided to add a jacket that suited her."
You hurt?
No, I'm okay.
Fans may
Wow,
have already
the castle
spotted
looks
this in some of the new
incredible.
trailers, but Resident Evil 4
And the
Remake
bolt
will
thrower.
feature at least one new weapon, the bolt thrower. These are
Hell
explosive
yeah.
mines attached to silent bolts that can not only take care of tough enemies
That
from
looks
afar,
so killer.
but they're delivered in a silent way, making them almost like a stealth weapon.
Get
at least
multiple
until they
enemies.
explode.
That's so cool.
This brings us to another point, stealth. The developers confirmed in our interview that Leon will be able to use stealth to get past enemies in the remake. Not only can Leon crouch, but if you're careful enough, you can get past enemies by silently dispatching them with the knife or creating distractions from a distance using the bolt
Wow.
thrower. The new stealth mechanics
can get
come
behind and
particularly
stab
handy
him
when
in the
fighting
parasite.
Garrador,
Damn.
which rely on sound
Wow.
identification.
You could stab him right in the back. Oh, that's awesome. That
Our
is
preview
so
ended with a
cool.
glimpse of the fight against Leon's old teammate, Jack
That makes
Krauser.
sense.
While the
And
fight
here we
was
go, Jack
originally a
Krauser.
QTE event in the original game, the boss fight is now fully playable, with Leon using his improved knife to go toe-to-toe with Krauser.
Wow, look
Capcom
at that.
confirmed to IGN that there will be no cutscene-based QTEs in the remake. However, there are times during combat where players will have to mash
He
a
mentions
button in
Operation
order to escape.
Javier. You see what he said in the text? He said, "Remember what happened 2 years
That's
ago?
everything new and
Operation
exciting we
Javier."
caught during
He
our
says
hands-on
that.
preview. For more spooky goodness, you can read our
Wow.
ongoing coverage of the new survival
Okay,
game
guys, we
Sunlight
gotta break
Forest.
this down.
For everything else, keep it here on iTunes.
Let's break this down. He mentions Operation Javier. That's wild. All right, so let's start. Let's take a look at this. So we do get a look at the castle here, which looks awesome.
Warm welcome to my castle.
I'm a fan of Salazar's voice acting so far. I don't know. I know some people prefer the older voice actor, but I think he sounds good here.
Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy. So he still has that very darker but higher pitched voice, you know, and you can tell obviously from the laugh that we heard in the last trailer that he is going to be, you know, pulling off the laugh, probably pulling out some traps in the castle. I still like his look. I know he doesn't have the hat, but I just love the cracks in the skin, the hair I love here. And again, this is him being introduced to Leon in Resident Evil 4 Remake
Resident Evil
for the first time, because that is right when you walk in. This is right when you walk up the spiral staircase to the right before you're getting shot at by the flames, and you have to use the cannon to open the door. Now, here I see we have the shotgun. At this point, there's already a broken butterfly or a magnum. You know, some people were saying that they saw the broken butterfly in the last playthrough. And that looks like it in the inventory, which means that this is already before it would appear in the castle. Same thing with the semi-auto rifle that also is at this point in the castle in the remake, where in the original it took a little bit longer to get that. But also, I just want to say that the magnum at the top of his selection here can also just be a different magnum. It doesn't have to be the broken butterfly. There could be two different ones. And I'm sure that's already been talked about, but I just want to let that be known. But this is really cool. I love the fact that in the original Resident Evil 4, you can obviously shoot the bows that are coming at you while you're trying to take care of other enemies. But now, with just the quick of a button, the quick push of a button, you just go pink, and it just stops the bow. Like, that just looks so smooth.
Remake is just
Look
a
at
few
that.
weeks-
Boom. Like, as you're aiming, you just take it out. Like, that is smooth, guys.
away. But Capcom
I
offered
love that.
IGN one more look at this highly anticipated survival horror
Now, this right here, the scythe hitting Leon, I love how it actually leaves a
ahead of the
mark
launch, with
when he pulls it back. You can actually see it in his arm.
plenty of enticing new details.
That's just so cool. Again, The little details in the RE engine look
details
awesome.
Moreover, we saw nearly 20 minutes of new Resident Evil 4 Remake footage and noted some of the
merchant.
most exciting details.
Now, I want to say that obviously some of the details that they're talking about here is stuff that we did discuss in Game Informer's coverage in terms of when they talk to Capcom, but what we're really seeing here is like the new glimpses of gameplay that we haven't seen yet. So some of the stuff that he's talking about, I might not acknowledge it because I've already acknowledged it, right? But I really want to see the little nooks and crannies that we haven't seen yet here. Like this.
Just getting started, rookie.
So this is right at the beginning of the fight. After he knocks your ass down, you can tell.
In an interview with IGN about how the development team figured out what new
This right here
gameplay
just looks
mechanics to
incredible
add
with
to
the
Resident
lighting.
Evil 4 Remake, director
Now this is in the
Yasuhiro
church.
Ampo said this. When looking into making the remake, the team
Parasite
didn't want
forms.
to disturb the main mechanics of the original game. However, when looking into the game,
You see how he jumps with the parasite? That looks crazy. It's hard to see because obviously, you know, he's behind this wall of text here. But take a look at how the parasite hops.
Director Yasuhiro Ampo said this.
Ready?
When looking into making
So
the
he comes
remake,
out,
the team
boom,
didn't want to disturb
and
the
then
main
ready?
mechanics of the original
Does a little
game.
jump.
However,
Huh.
when looking into the game, they looked
And then
into
right
what they
into
could
Leon.
add on top
That's
of what
wild.
Was already there, what was already good, and making everything even better.
Yeah, so Ampo also said that. I like how Leon's saying, no food for you. Like, fuck you. I like how, you know, he still has those little quips. But yeah, I mean, they didn't want to take away the years of development they used on the original, so they wanted to just amplify that and add to that development, which is what they kind of said in the magazine interview that Game Informer
To
did.
highlight this philosophy, Ampo specifically cited the knife
Love that. That shotgun looks so satisfying.
combat, which is enhanced.
Love the stab to the throat. You can't beat that. And also, I think stabbing enemies while they're down is going to be super fun, just to make sure they don't turn into parasites.
Whereas in the original Resident Evil 4, Leon would use the knife as a last resort.
See, that right there is just so smooth. The fact that you can go from shooting one enemy to parrying another, it's really going to be rhythmic and calculated in certain ways where you can tell, like, as long as you're paying attention to everything that's going on, you can have a really good flow and switch between what you're doing seamlessly, especially because you have everything on a quick, you know, slider to pull out the weapon. So really fucking cool to see. I can't get over the parry. I want to use it myself in the demo, but we'll get that soon.
Remake. Stay back.
Leon's like, stay back.
Parrying enemy attacks
Look at that.
transforms the knife from a last-ditch tool and glorified wooden crate opener
did he throw at
into a
him?
defensive tool where you're able to keep
Was that a
yourself
Molotov?
where you're able into attacks transforms the knife. Stay back. Parrying enemy attacks transforms the knife.
Wow, you can actually hit like the Molotov out of the air. Look at that.
Parrying enemy
Look,
attacks transforms the knife from a last-ditch tool and
he literally knifed the molly back at him. That's crazy.
glorified wooden crate opener into a defensive tool where you're able to keep yourself alive.
Because, you know, you would have thought they would have just made it to where it just, you know, explodes on you and you get engulfed in flame. But no, he actually just, pink, just brings it right back to him. That's
Just
so
a little
dope.
bit longer, so long as you have the dexterity to block incoming attacks.
And blocking the parasite, like, that is... I mean, how many times have we been playing the original Resident Evil 4 and you just get swarmed with parasites? You're trying to focus on other enemies and all of a sudden the parasite just stabs you and just fucks up your whole flow. But now you can actually deflect its blades back at
Similar
it.
to the parrying skill, you
So
can also
cool.
use knives as finishing attacks when enemies are on the ground. In one
Finish
particularly
them. And this is at the top of the castle here where we knock down the main doors. I think this looks awesome. I love the lighting here. I love how the cultists look as well. All this looks
striking
great.
scene from the footage
Redone.
we previewed, Leon was able to approach an enemy on the ground and slit their throat.
I like how they kind of seize on the ground too, so it's almost like it gives you some time to run up. It's not because in the original, obviously, because there wasn't a quick kill or a way to, you know, they happen pretty instantly. It would take a few seconds sometimes, but it'd be like maybe 3 or 4 seconds, maybe, if that. And so here it gives you some time to stab them while they're down and do the double tap.
It's a particularly brutal sequence, but one that points to how Resident Evil 4 Remake will maintain an equal balance of horror and action.
Love the suplex.
In
Love
previous
that.
interviews, the Resident
I also love the broken butterfly on his
Evil
back.
4 Remake team said that the game will be somewhat bigger than the original. While that certainly won't make Resident Evil 4 into an open world game, there appear to be some optional side quests Leon can complete through. 4 Remake team said that the game will be somewhat bigger than the original. While that certainly won't make Resident Evil 4 into an open world game, there
So we know about multiple side quests here. This looks like Well, this looks like the boat area when you actually go back around to the merchant before the El Gigante fight. But this also looks like a treasure or something there, right here. Something right by the little hut there. And we got some barrels back there. So, okay. So this could just be a little section in there. I see the water, though, and it looks like you can hop on a boat back there. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if that's where this is. It could be somewhere else in a cave, but...
There appear to be some optional side quests Leon can complete through the mysterious blue parchments. In one scene, Leon picks up a blue...
Yeah, there you go. You can see the boat to the right. So I missed that the first time.
piece
But,
of paper.
yeah, multiple side missions. This one, finding a chicken egg. Multiple side missions is always great, especially when... it's throughout the game, and there's multiple medallions even beyond, even in the castle, which is what we've seen. So I like that. I like the fact that it's not just in one spot, and they just don't kind of forget about it, you know, halfway through. It's something that's consistent.
Asking him to bring them a rare gold chicken egg. Completing this side mission rewards Leon 3 spindles that he can later sell to a merchant for some cash.
Yep, and you can trade for the spindles. This looks like it's literally on the opposite side of where he just rode the boat. Right before the El Gigante fight where it goes down under. I like the rocket launcher on the wall, the bolt-action rifle that's in front of Leon. I like that you actually see everything kind of spread out
In
there.
Resident Evil 4, Leon's best friend is an attaché case that houses...
The merchant also does a thing where he'll have stuff that he'll have like sales running and stuff like that as well, apparently, where he'll have specials going on and you can save money. Really cool. Again, another cool thing they talked about the merchant when they were interviewed about it. And he's talking about the bolt thrower here and the attaché case.
The case back in the remake, but players will be able to customize the attaché case with different color options and can
Yep.
even add little charms
That
to
we know.
personalize the case. In the
Typewriter
preview video
storage.
we watched, Leon is able to add a little chicken charm to the corner of his case.
This is Leon saying, yeah, fat chance. This girl's just fine
Resident
with
Evil 4
me.
is to rescue Ashley Graham, the daughter of the President of the United States.
I like her face when he says that. She kind of smiles like,
Spoiler alert, you find Ashley partway through the game.
So finding Ashley partway through the game. So that can be, you know, obviously a thing where maybe you don't have Ashley for as long in the beginning, because we know that Chapter 5 apparently is when you get her in the church and you do the cabin sequence with Luis from the Game Informer footage that we saw. So that means that you'll do a lot of stuff without Ashley, you'll do a lot of stuff with Ashley. And we know that when you do get Ashley, it will be, you know, a little bit more useful than before in the original game.
But that doesn't mean your mission is over just yet. Ashley will begin following Leon around, and it's up to the player to keep Ashley safe from enemies while trying to escape this hostile village. Ashley has some new abilities this time around, like being able to unlock doors for Leon. He is also able to direct Ashley to either
So that
stay
we've
close
seen
behind
before.
him or hang back a bit while he takes care of some enemies.
Stick close.
Okay.
So, yeah, very co-op-like. Ashley definitely is more useful here. You know, Ashley can be a little annoying in the original, especially if you tell her to wait and she just sits in one spot. And obviously they took out the hiding here. So it's one of those things where I know there's a lot of people that, you know, are not sure how the Ashley stuff's going to play out. But again, parts of the stuff that we did see with Ashley did look a lot better and just smoother all the way around. The fact that she also uses ladders now and everything like that, just overall tweak the stuff that matters.
Also sports a new look in the remake, something Capcom's producer says was meant to remedy something from the original game. He said, so looking into the environment that she is in and looking into the season that the game is taking place in, it was taking place in a very cold area in Europe, and in that way, she was a bit underdressed for the weather, so to speak. So the team decided to add a jacket that suited her.
Yeah, that we knew already.
No, I'm okay.
I wonder if that was this right here where he picks her up.
Did her.
You hurt?
I wonder if that's like when she gets knocked down. Yeah, incapped. So you see how it says incapitated? So that means that you can actually pick her up off the ground.
No, I'm okay.
And she says, I'm okay. That's pretty cool.
Fans may have already spotted this in some of the new trailers, but Resident Evil 4 Remake will feature at least one new weapon, the Bolt Thrower. These are explosive mines attached to silent bolts that can not only take care of tough enemies from afar, but
And he's telling Ashley, give me
they're
space.
delivered
He's
in
like,
a silent
okay,
way,
so she doesn't
making them
fucking
almost like a
get got by the darts.
stealth weapon, at least until they explode. This brings us to another
That
point,
looks
stealth.
satisfying.
The developers confirmed in our interview that Leon will be able to use stealth to get past enemies in the remake. Not only can Leon
Okay, this is exciting. So this is definitely the first Gyarados fight.
Crouch, but if you're careful enough,
Look at this.
you can get past
Just
enemies by
stab the
following this
parasite. That is so dope. That is so fucking cool.
back- them with the knife or creating distractions from a distance using the bolt thrower. The new stealth mechanics come particularly in handy when fighting the Gyarados, which rely on sound
Wow.
to track down Leon's location.
And now that you can crouch, it won't hear you as easy. You just go boom. Oh, that's so dope.
Our preview ended with a glimpse of the fight against Leon's old teammate, Jack Krauser.
Here we
While
go.
The fight was originally a QTE event in the original game.
A soldier like you, why would you work for these freaks?
The boss fight
That's
is
what
now
Leon's
fully
saying.
playable, with Leon using his
Let's see.
improved knife to go toe-to-toe with Krauser.
What does he say? Why? Have you forgotten what happened 2 years
Capcom
ago?
confirmed to IGN that there will be no cutscene-based QTEs in the remake. However, there are
Operation Javier.
times during combat where players
So, again, a direct reference to Operation Javier within the conversation. That's really cool. That's literally what we said, like, hey, they should at least mention it or talk about it in their fight. And there you go. So it kind of goes into his backstory a little bit. Obviously, where he was left after that mission and seeking that power, something that he wanted, right? That is really cool that they have that in there. And again, it's something you can easily miss. You got to read the subtitles here.
will have
But
to
he says, what's wrong? Not looking too steady?
mash a button in order to escape. That's everything new and exciting we caught during our hands-off.
Ooh, the stab to the neck. This
more
looks like
smooth-
it's in the caves. Obviously, you could see all the spiky rocks and shit that's getting ready to crumble. And we know that the minecart section also has Luis in it this
Thank
time.
goodness,
So
you can read our ongoing coverage of the new survival game, Sons
little
of the
dynamite.
Forest.
Oh, there's the
For
dynamite.
everything else, keep it
There's a stick
here
of dynamite
on
back
IG.
there. We haven't
Yeah.
seen that yet. That's like the first time we actually seen dynamite. I think I was just talking to John about that. About like, John was like, I don't know if there's dynamite in this. I'm like, I don't know either. And then there you go. It's right in the back there. You can see it. It gets thrown. Oh, wait. There is an indicator on there. I know it's flashing. But wouldn't that be cool if you can pick it up and throw it back? That'd be cool. I mean, probably not because you don't have a lot of time. But you could see it explode. But, like, that's cool. We at least got the dynamite. That'd be funny if Leon was just like, sink, and just, like, you just knife the dynamite. Or maybe you can do that. I don't know. This guy didn't do it in the gameplay here. But, and what we have here is another thing that was uploaded from IGN, which is a scene comparison from the original to the remake. But I just wanted to see if they put anything new in these snippets that they didn't just show in the video from before. So let's see what they got.
When you might notice us. A most warm welcome to my castle, Mr. Kennedy.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
Who the hell are you?
Me llamo Ramon Salazar, the 8th Castellan of this magnificent architecture. Me? Oh, please, call me Ramon.
Ramon.
I suggest you surrender yourself and simply become our hostage. Or, Mr. Scott, you can give us the girl because you're not worth a penny, I'm afraid. I would like you to hand the girl there over to me. Now.
Yeah, fat chance, Ramon. The girl's just fine. With me.
I mean, again, I like the fact that Leon's just kind of like, like he's still kind of confident, but you can also tell that Salazar still has that attitude with him coming into his domain, the castle. I don't know. I'm liking these cutscenes so far.
No thanks, bro.
Well, it's safe to say they cut out the no thanks, bro.
My, we've got a feisty one. You can
Die.
How unfortunate. Do make sure our guest feels at home.
Leon?
Oh, there you
Now
go.
that he has chosen death.
There's the zealot. So this right here is the fight we saw with the bolt thrower. That takes place right after the Salazar cutscene.
Been a long time, comrade. We are just getting started, rookie.
Are you being controlled by that cult?
This has nothing to do with them. I'm a free man who made a choice.
Ooh. Okay. So again, That whole conversation's happening mid-knife fight, which is what we expected, but now he's just like, are you letting that cult control you? You know, like this conversation is going way differently because it's made for the fight and not just like a quick cutscene.
Haven't you learned anything these last 2 years?
Talking about Leon's skill. Because apparently he trained him.
A soldier like you. Why would you work for these freaks?
Why? You've forgotten what happened 2 years ago.
Operation Javier?
So Leon's like, Operation Javier. He says it. He says it first. Like, yeah?
Not bad, rookie.
Ooh. Trips him up. I like the fact that he just pulls you under and just fucking trips your ass up. So wow, guys, that was a lot of stuff they showed us between Trailer 3 and this week's info. Man, they are showing us a lot, and like I said, I know that a lot of people are kind of checking out at this point, but in terms of what we just saw, man, we saw more cutscenes than we have so far out of this whole promotion cycle, and I just want to say that while I'm not the biggest fan of Krauser's voice, I still think that the whole fight scene and everything flows very well. I'm really happy they talk about Operation Javier and they bring back the past. They actually talk about that. They make them seem like they know each other, where it's just kind of like he just comes out of nowhere. So now they'll have some kind of connection to before for people that are playing it for the first time and just playing it like a fan like myself who just wanted to see more explained for Krauser up front. And also Salazar, I like his voice acting there. I think he looks cool. I think the castle looks awesome with the lighting. I like that they sequenced the entrance of them a little bit. Obviously, they cut out the whole, no thanks, bro. But, I mean, I can live without that. I'm fine with that. Voice acting sounds great. Graphics look awesome. And, obviously, between the parry mechanics and the stealth and the combat and the merchant, all that looks polished and well done. And I can't wait to unlock more attaché cases, do the side missions. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we already kind of knew going into some of these videos, but it was also just kind of seeing the little things that they were showing us with the cutscenes and the little things with the gameplay. We saw a little bit more of the caves as well with the dynamite confirmed. So there's little things in there that I really enjoyed. And again, we are coming so close to Resident Evil 4 Remake. We are about 3 weeks away. And, man, I cannot wait until we get that demo. Hopefully we get something soon. Capcom has yet to announce any demo or any official date, so maybe we'll get something next week or the week after. Hopefully it's not so close to the release date, but they might just have us wait. I'm not sure. I just want to get my hands on it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below of the new footage that we got today of the castle and, of course, Krauser. And are you excited for all the above that we saw in Trailer 3? Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned as the road to Resident Evil 4 Remake continues.